It's said that games in hand are worth their weight in gold. Today we'll test that theory. Championship Soccer Stadium in Irvine, California. Our pregame coverage is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. It's Orange County Soccer Club at home once again, welcoming for the first time Oakland Roots SC. Alongside Lloyd Sam, former MLS winger, Mike Watts on hand. You look at the Pacific Division right now. Neither of these teams have played that 7-game number that some in this division have. Means a win today can really change your fortunes.
Yeah, that's right, Mike. The big thing is the games played. I mean, for both teams, it's all to play for. 3 points would look amazing for either team. I mean, Oakland Roots have a win, draw, and a loss. They could really do with the points and get up into that midsection of the table.
And Orange County can move a point behind LA Galaxy, too, with the victory themselves. Let's talk about Oakland. First season in the USL Championship. You see the numbers, but something else popped out to you, Lloyd, when you watched the film. There's a spirit about this group.
Oh, there's definitely a spirit about this team. Just watch the way they celebrate every time a goal goes in. And another thing I notice is every game seems like a fun game. Lots of goals scored, lots of goals against. That might not be great for Oakland, but it's great for us.
Yeah, fair enough. And certainly when they get back to Laney, the fans have something to look forward to. That's only a week away. Meanwhile, for Orange County, Ronaldo Damas moves up front.
Ronaldo Damas, I've seen him play a few times, and he's lively. He's always trying to get in behind. He's always trying to beat a man, and I can see why he scored so many goals before coming into the USL Championship.
Damas, 2 goals this season, including just a host of chances last time out in Orange County's 1-1 draw against San Diego. Moved up front to begin the second half. He'll begin the first half that way here tonight. The county and the town. Orange County and Oakland meeting for the first time in the USL Championship. Lineups kickoff when we return.
Hey, great friends, it's Scott Kaplan here, and I want you to come check out our new TV show. It's called Kaplan and Crew Tonight, every Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock right here. Now, look, it's the best of the radio show from earlier that day on the Mightier 1090, and we've been doing it for 20 years, so now we're expanding the way we talk about sports and the way we can be heard and viewed.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight. Be a part of the crew. Weeknights from 7 to 8 p.m. on Your View.
Welcome back to Orange County, California. Referees have taken the field. Surely the players soon to join from Oakland and Orange County. Mike Watts and Lloyd Sam on a gorgeous Southern California night. And it is an all-California rivalry sprouting for the first time. Look at the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Kimco. Jordan Farrell sending out this 11, and Lloyd, perhaps surprisingly, off a 3-3 draw against Sacramento on the road. They have made 4 changes. Emra Clementa, new to the team, starts with Tarek Morad in the back.
Yeah, surprised to hear changes after a good result on the road, but when I look at that formation, in Fecker and Bokilla up top, I'm looking to see how they combine, and Bokilla can hopefully get some more goals.
Oakland playing in a 4-2-3-1, but as we'll talk about during the game, it's not always about the shape. Meanwhile, for Orange County, big surprise is Damas moving in up front. That's going to relegate Hero Markkanen to the bench.
Yeah, that's right. Those 4 up top. Weehan on the left. He brings great quality. Damas, he's going to be active. Flanagan, I can't wait to see him take on some guys down that right. And Alosky just linking it up. But Flanagan and Damas, electric players. I'm really looking to see some good attacking play tonight.
Orozco will shift back into midfield with the return of Richards and Alston at the fullback positions as well. And Abe Romero is going to make his first start of the season in place of Patrick Rakowski. They feel like Romero has been really good in training, and they feel like they've got 2 number 1s. So it's going to be Romero's chance. Here, the 23-year-old from Pasadena. Let's take a look at the injury report. It's brought to you by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. Darwin Jones still unavailable coming into the night. Kasipli, John are out for extended periods of time, and Evoltson out as well. And then Rodriguez and Blackwood are dealing with knocks for Oakland Roots. Anytime a new team comes into the league, you wonder who there's going to be friction with and who perhaps there's going to be beautiful art created. Sacramento and Oakland played to a 3-3 draw that had something for every neutral. We'll see what Orange County and Oakland have in store tonight. USL Championship on a Saturday evening. Orange County taking on Oakland.
Mike, you were saying, you know, the last game was 3-3 with Oakland. The game before that was 3-2. The game before that was 3-0. Not really great for Oakland, but there's a lot of goals in there. And we love to see goals, don't we?
Spoken like a former winger to me. The winger never goes away. It's always in
I don't
there.
know if I'm known as a winger anymore. You know what? I converted to right back late on him. I was an attacking right back, though. But, you know, I got to go watch my highlights again to remember I'm an attacker.
Early free kick here for Orange County. Mafeka will move away. And Mafeka back into the wall here. Weehan standing over the ball alongside Miko Kuningas. He's got a rocket of a peg.
It's a good opportunity to put them under pressure early.
Kuningas lays this off. Mfeka, and a roll out for an Orange County corner.
Orange County is a team with great size as well, so the likes of Green, Kiernan, Orozco's not small. They haven't got Markkanen in there, but they're dangerous from corners.
Corner Bakery corner kick for Orange County. 90 ticks in. Kuningas spins around. This will find Kevin Alston. Second start of the season. Returning from a hamstring injury. Was available but did not feature in a 1-1 draw against San Diego last time out. A game that in hindsight, Braden Cloutier told us he wishes he had one of the better outside backs in the league at his disposal.
Kevin Alston, that's a guy I know personally. First of all, he's a great guy. Secondly, as a player, he's a guy that's so reliable. You can play him pretty much anywhere along the back four, and he's going to give you a reliable performance, and that's all you want from a manager's point of view.
Richards rolled it up the line. This is short of Flanagan and recovered here by Flores and Oakland.
A little bit more on Alston, though. He brings leadership, and like leadership is so important. When you get on that field and there's not a game general that can communicate to the other players while the game's going on, it can be tough for the manager to really get, you know, the game plan on. He can keep people alive, you know, keep focused, whole 90 minutes.
8 years in Major League Soccer between New England, where he's a first-round pick, and Orlando. This will roll by Flanagan. Damas will give chase. The back of the newly signed Emra Clementa, who's certainly well known in California circles. Clementa's gradually working down the list of California bingo at this point. Sacramento for 4 seasons. Brief amount of time with the Galaxy. Last year in San Diego. But a guy who spent much of his childhood in Oakland.
He must like the life over there.
Hard not to like it.
Hard not to, right? I'm an East Coast guy now that I've come on this side, but, you know, California's always nice.
Enriquez appears to be getting a conversation here, and Boquila is being looked at by the Roots athletic trainer.
I know this game isn't in Oakland, but, you know, you're going to have to give us an Oakland story at some point. You know, I always have to ask you, Mike.
I've got nothing there, but it was fun talking to Jordan Farrell this week, and he said games at Laney are some of the best experiences of my life. He goes, the majority of this roster for Oakland, only 5 returning from their season in Nisa last year. They have no idea what they're in for next weekend. It was the way he put it.
The way he explained it, I could feel it.
Yeah.
I could feel it. I will be tuning in just to see what the atmosphere is like for that their first home game.
And playing Sacramento, no less. Romero will play this out of the back for Orange County. Pinged forward. Mfeka went after it. And this will ping over toward Memo Diaz. Went into the challenge, advantage played. Weehan, Orange County native.
I like the way he plays, Weehan. Great deliveries. He can finish when he gets a chance on goal.
Turned over to Alston and Orozco. Orozco steps in a second time, flings himself into it.
Yep, that's what Braden Cloutier likes. He wants that little bite in there. Didn't quite come off, but that's he talks about bite a lot and edge in the midfield. And I could see why. Like, it's important to every team out there. You need a couple guys that really stick their foot in.
Because it's who he was as a player, right? I mean, that certainly influences your coaching style, doesn't it?
That's who he was as a player. Okay, that's news to me. I know that's someone you go way back with.
Flores here. Boquila. Could there be an early goal in this for Oakland? Boquila. The 10-story pop fly. Damas with the pressure. Damas is going to win this thing. Bypassed Flanagan, seeking the middle of the field. That's what Damas brings, isn't it?
He definitely brings a lot of energy. You know, he's going to be a pest to these defenders. He's going to keep running, getting into positions, getting in behind. You need a willing runner that is willing to go in behind.
Clemente dumped that forward. Weehan gave it away. Matias Fisore. And this will streak all the way through, and Romero had to be aggressive with Jeremy Boquila searching. 102 minutes for Boquila in 3 games. He's already bagged 2 goals.
That was a half a chance there. Can you really take care of that ball? You get that ball to Boquila, he's in on goal.
Orozco, this given away to Oakland. Stabbed away en route to Diaz. Akeem Ward. Slid away from Flores. Akeem Ward always got praise in Birmingham for how well he defended. Ratchet that up a hair in the conversations we had with both these coaches this week. Active part of the game plan. Takahashi gets the return ball. Soya Takahashi.
Look how far back Flanagan is. He's really doing that work. We really want to see him going forward later in the game. But as a winger, you have to do your job. You know, you have to do what your team demands.
Was a winger at South Florida, but Cincinnati trying to convert him to an outside back. All lined ahead. Good recovery here by Orange County. So, put another way, you know exactly what Avion Flanagan is going through right now. Winger by trade.
I think it's a bit too soon to convert him to a winger. You're meant to convert them after the legs start slowing up a little bit. He's got some great feet, though. He's come on for a few cameo appearances. and I like the look of him. I want to see him go at some players. I don't want to hear that he's being converted to a right back just yet, though. I was a bit disappointed to hear you say that, actually. He might be disappointed when he hears this back. He's like, what? Right back.
True enough. Primarily played on the left in Cincinnati in preseason. Flanagan and Weehan will switch sides a little bit, we've been told in this game.
If it was earlier in my career and they said, we're switching you to right back, I would have had to protest. I would have had to protest. But you know, right back, you get a lot of the ball, though. A lot of the ball. You get to start attacks. You're always open. Like Ocho Cinco. Sorry, right. I know you've done some work for the Bengals.
More of a Jamar Chase man now myself.
Oh, yeah?
Rolled through here for Flores. Mfeka will have a go, and it's parried aside by Romero. His first taste of game action this year. Wasn't fooled by that.
I like Mfeka. I'm going to tell you more about him later, but this is a great little strike on his left foot. You know, it's comfortable for the keeper, though, but he wears the number 10 on his back. You respect it if you get the number 10, so they respect his skills at that club.
Diaz dances and sends. There's Romero. Let's take a look at the keys to the game here tonight. They're brought to you by Easy Fleet GPS. For Oakland, we were told by Jordan Farrell, we're not giving gifts. We're not Santa Claus.
We're not Santa Claus. I mean, that refers to basically they've been giving up a lot of chances and goals, handing goals, mistakes. They're going to have to be focused all game long. It looked like they were about to give a gift right there as well to Damas.
All the while for Orange County, the first thing you said was intensity. You got to feel it from the opening whistle. Have you seen it?
I feel it enough. I feel it enough. I want to feel it even more. You know, sometimes you can look at a group and you can be inspired. That's what I'm going for when I'm saying you got to feel it. Let's give it another 10 minutes and I'll let you know. I want to feel that it means a lot to them. I want to feel that, you know, a home team, you really bring the energy early. And that's what I want to feel through the screen. Is that fair?
Would say so. Weehan.
You got to feel it.
Comes back to Breen. Romero bypasses Bokila. On teams you've been a part of, is that something where a coach can create that? As Olaski plays here to Damas. Damas forcing his way through, and Morad plays that over now to Barraza, the 24-year-old first-round pick of NYCFC on loan.
But you said, is that something a coach can create?
Can instill in you, or does it have to come from inside that desire?
I think there has to be a little bit inside already. Like, for example, my Red Bulls team that I played on under Jesse Marsh, it was really players that governed the team. Jesse Marsh made it like that. He wanted, let's see this chance.
Service here short of Bokila, and that's away.
He wanted players to take ownership. So if things weren't going right, it was really us first that would say, guys, this isn't good enough. The team didn't have to tell us, the coaches didn't have to tell us, hey, you haven't come into the game with energy. We would already know, and we would get together and try and get it right if it wasn't that way. And that's where, remember I said game generals on the field. Jesse Marsh tried to make us all take more leadership with the team.
Bringing a turnover that left Orange County a bit susceptible, but recovered by Kuningas. And you get the feeling with Orange County, when they played their season opening game at Tacoma, it was a lot of screaming. And against San Diego, didn't really feel like that was necessary. More a stern conversation at halftime and a tactical adjustment to get that aggression.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's different ways to do it to try and get that out of your team. If you scream every time, they're going to end up taking it with a pinch of salt, right? So sometimes you have to come with other approaches. But it's better if it's the leaders, the likes of Orozco and Alston. You can imagine those are guys that really want to set the tempo. And as I said, game generals is so important.
Came off of Alston. Mfeka. Covered here by Orange County. Orozco now for Elaski. Elaski had the overlap. Excellent ball to the end line. Service is kicked away now by Barraza. Still another effort here. Barraza gets this away as well, with Flanagan letting fly.
What a great ball by Elaski. What we say about the number 10, it means your team respects your abilities. He waited and waited, and he played that at the perfect time. Unlucky not to get the first goal there.
Flanagan tries to fly over top of Takahashi. Couple chances here back to back.
I like the way he waits and waits. Look at that. Perfect little ball there. Can you pick someone out from that touchline? Flanagan gets a shot off. Damas, he's always going to be alive and around. You see him there following it up. You know, those are the extra little intangible things that some players, it's not in their nature. That's why Damas gets a lot of goals and chances.
Brent Richards was the one who tried to swing that through. He'll throw here for Orange County, and he's got a long one. Back set out over the line. This will be a goal kick. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select, the official ball supplier, the USL Championship, and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. The latest Select products and special offers found at selectsportamerica.com. Barraza coming in on loan last day of May and has done well in place of Zeus de la Paz, who's away with the Curacao national team. Okay. Bokila, can he take this away? Breen seemed to lose his footing a bit. Romero, a little bit hobbled. He's grabbing at his hands, and Bokila went sprawling as well.
What happened there? It looked like Bokila was just about to get in on that ball. Let's see what happened. This looked like trouble. Oh, last ditch, a little toe in. But it looked like he could have really forced the issue and maybe bodied his defender. He's got some great size up there. That was that was a chance, actually.
Mm-hmm. I've enjoyed watching Bokila just sort of glide out there. He's got a certain rhythm to his motion.
He's going to be a problem for Orange County this game. I mean, he's a guy that should be confident. He scored goals. He scored a really great goal early on, and that's when I first started looking into him. But he's going to be a problem. Why are you laughing when I say he's going to be a problem?
Because he's not going to be a problem for Orange County. He's going to be a problem for the league, for the Pacific Division.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's already been a problem. Ask Galaxy, too. That's the team he scored that great goal against.
Just saying, don't sell Bokila short. This will find Mfeka. Linda Mfeka. This will roll all the way through. You saw him in college. You played against him when he was in college.
Not only did I play against him, I remember him to this day playing against. I was playing for New York Red Bulls. We had a preseason friendly, and we played against, what was his college team?
USF.
USF, that's it. And we were asking, who is that guy in the middle? This is a true story. A few years later, we were still asking about him. Come to find out, he went to come into the USL and played a few games, but he was a legend in college.
72 games at USF, native of South Africa. Actually went to high school in Kentucky before going to USF and spending the last almost half a decade in Reno.
Okay.
So injuries along the way sort of staggered his improvement, but when you talk to Ian Russell, you get the feeling there isn't another number 10 in the league. He wanted more.
He's got high football IQ. He knows how to play the game. I've not really seen how his career went after, but, you know, he knows how to play the game. I was going to say that pass there, he's better than that pass. He got into a great little pocket, got turned, I'd really like to see him get it to the next man. But yeah, how can a college guy make that sort of impression on, you know, I'm talking about our Red Bull team, Bradley Wright Phillips, Dax McCarty. We all were asking questions of who is that guy? Can we bring him in?
It's always good to know he's got plenty of fans.
Yeah.
Romero.
And I played with a guy that played for Reno, Brenton Griffiths, and he, same thing. He tried to get him to Miami FC last year. So, you know, people respect his ability. He's got the number 10.
Look at the brakes and the acceleration from Damas. You know, give him credit. I think sometimes we lose track, and it's something Oakland really pushes. There's value in being a dribbler, whether you end up getting it through or not. This ball does sneak through. Maybe there's a chance here for Oakland to grab the lead. Romero comes out and slides. Denies Chuy Enriquez.
Wow, how did that get through in the first place? Good to see him get in behind. You know, we talked about winning runners in behind. He does well to get the pace to actually make it to go with guys closing down on him. Good save. Good save with his feet. By Romero. Great save. I'd love to see him take that with his right foot, just so it has a natural curl to come back into the goal. "20 minutes gone, do I feel it?" Yeah, I feel like both teams have approached the game in a decent way so far. I wouldn't say any team is on top. So give me another 20 minutes to decide. I need till halftime.
We'll check in the postgame show. Free kick here for Oakland. This lofted forward, first header's away, and it's kept away from Diaz, and a chance perhaps for Orange County to run. Flanagan calmly jogging forward.
I got to ask a question about Ronaldo Damas. So is Ronaldo his birth name?
From what I know.
So he was destined to be on this stage one day with a name like Ronaldo. It sounds like his path was chosen for him.
It comes with the territory. That was written in the stars and the birth certificates.
You can't be a Ronaldo and not play football, can you? Like, you have to embrace that.
Golden Boot winner in USL League One at a really young age. He's only 21 years old now, so that first year of USL League One at North Texas, you're talking about a 19-year-old.
Getting a lot of goals. Don't score that many goals by accident. You have something.
16-goal season in 2019.
On any level. You know, people might be like, oh, that's USL League One. It doesn't matter what level. You score that amount of goals, you've got something about you.
OCSC Flex Packs are now on sale. Build and customize your ticketing package exactly the way you want. It's as simple as buying 9 ticket vouchers to use however you want, and you get one free. All 10 in one game or spread them out, it's your call. Learn more, orangecountysoccer.com/tickets. I think they'd sell more if you did the reads, Lloyd.
You always talk about me doing the reads. You know that's not going to happen.
Not yet. You'll get there.
I might do it for a laugh one day. See if I can get through a sentence.
Mike Watts, Lloyd Sam from Orange County and Championship Soccer Stadium.
Hey, we got to stick to my expertise, which I'm not sure what that is sometimes, but it's definitely not reads.
Oakland just their 4th game in the USL Championship. A side that has pledged and so far very much kept up with the idea that switching leagues was not going to change their overarching goal as a franchise. Mfeka bounces through. This will come back to Romero. You know, Lloyd, you think about what Oakland is in theory, and it's a sports club for the city of Oakland as opposed to a side that only defines themselves on wins. Ultimately, they're a believer that winning more games makes for a bigger platform and that'll help them continue to further their goals. But this is a group that isn't just comfortable saying we won some games. This ball ahead, Bokila stabs away. Bokila!
Oh, wow.
Romero skies, bobbles and recovers. Well, it doesn't hurt if you do score some goals and win some games along the way.
The easiest way is to win games. You know, let's see this chance again. Bokila, we said he's going to be a problem. He's already been a problem. Great strike, great power on it. If he could get it either side of the keeper, I'm sure that's 1-0. Oakland Roots, you know, listening to Jordan Farrell. Wow, the way they pick players. You know, the amount of times he talked about the culture of the club and the community. You know, it seems like that's the way football is going these days. It's not just the football team. It's really something that can really interact with the community. And he talked about how they choose players. You might be able to share a bit more about how they choose players and the fit. It's not just about ability in a player anymore.
The scouting and recruitment, he told us, he's the technical director and named head coach late in preseason, all through the lens of you have to fit on and off the field or this isn't going to work for us. And there are good players that don't necessarily choose to fit this culture. They don't want to be community. They just want to be footballers, and that's it.
Yeah. I love the sound of what they're trying to do over there. Can't wait for this game, as we said, next week. Is it next week at Laney, I believe?
Yep, they're going to start against Sacramento on the 19th.
Looking forward to that. Another divisional game.
Yeah.
There's so many. We talked about the division so many times. You get a real rivalry. These games are going to be hot and fiery by the time the end of the season comes. When you're playing against the same opponent over and over, listen, man, you start having dreams and nightmares about your opponent, literally.
Who did you have dreams and nightmares about?
Oh, my gosh. There was a few guys. I think I told you about one of them, Fabinho, left back for Philadelphia Union. Seth Sinovic as well, if you remember him. He played for Kansas City. Yeah.
Dreams or nightmares?
There was a joke I said, I don't know how appropriate this sounds, but excuse me. I thought I was going to wake up and roll over and see him next to me. That's how close he was to me in this game. Listen, I think that one was a nightmare.
Little bounce through that pocket in midfield. Then the whistle blows now. Flores won a free kick. A lot of talk about trying not to get hacked nearly as much. You see Jordan Farrell there. I don't always walk away from conversations with coaches going, I want to play for that guy. Now, there's nothing I could do that would earn me a tryout for that team.
Oh, there is some things you could do. We could get you, get you in the condition to come running with me.
I've seen better feet on a snake. They just aren't there, Lloyd.
So what were you feeling when you were getting the talk with Jordan Farrell? Because I listened to it. I didn't make the talk. I listened to it after. I was definitely impressed with a lot of what I was hearing.
I think you'd agree. There's just an element of idealistic approach to playing the game that you walk away feeling like, okay, I understand what they're after here. On and off the field, the idea of playing space as opposed to shapes. I mean, you hear it from Orange County's perspective, and this game can get out of hand if Oakland does what they do effectively. There are very few teams that can open the game up the way Oakland has shown an inclination to do.
Yeah, they're very free-flowing as well. Just the amount of goals we've talked about, that doesn't happen by accident. Here's a chance for Flanagan. Little step over. Like it.
A.O. Flanagan.
Great recovery.
Akeem Ward did well, but ultimately plays that out over the end line. Corner here for Orange County, 28 minutes in.
I was about to do some play-by-play there.
Get in there.
Stepping on your toes a little bit. But that's what I'd love to see from Flanagan. Step over, be direct. Defenders, I was a right back. I hated it when they take me on. When they directly run at me, do a skill. It's quite a scary place. You feel like you're on an island.
Weehan. Seeking out a back post run. Long run for Flores. Bit of a hitch in his step at the tail end. Richards can uncork that long throw, and he wants a fresh ball to work with here. Former Reno captain. There's a fair amount of Reno influence. Chris Wehan certainly fits into that. The aforementioned Lindo Mfeka. So bounce back to Alston.
You know, when that team folded, you know, when teams fold, there's just a free-for-all for play. Everybody's trying to grab those assets, right?
St. Louis, same way over the offseason.
Same way. I mean, you hate to see a team fold, though, honestly, but.
Especially clubs that had either the following or the success that those two had. Is this driven ahead? Successfully brought down. Look at Wehan trying to drop a sombrero on Ward.
I love the effort. Ward has answered twice now to guys trying to take him on. He's been solid at that right back position.
Fans OCSC is proud to partner with UHSM as the exclusive naming rights partner of the Community Corner program, which donates up to 100 tickets per home match to local nonprofits serving the community. Nonprofits are invited to apply for tickets today by visiting orangecounty.soccer.com/community corner.
You know, Mike, a lot of USL games I watch are similar to this. You know, you have two teams, both in it, one hasn't really pulled away from the other. That's when it, you know, it takes a little bit of magic from, you know, maybe one of the number 10s, maybe Damas putting some energy, or Flanagan, or, you know, and that's what in this next 15 minutes, wondering to see who might bring that magic.
Flicked over by Fasore. This lost by Takahashi. And this is where Orange County can be extraordinarily difficult to break apart. The center backs have been on point. Orozco and Kaningas have started to get a good read of each other down the spine of the team. They have won the ball high up the field, but Olaski's through ball is picked off.
Not sure if you saw Mike Flanagan on the other side racing in towards goal. If he had held it for a second. He had two options, Damas running one way, Flanagan running, if he could only find one.
Cracked over the top for Bokila. Mfeka made that difficult. Diaz rolls this outside. Numbers streaming forward here. Bit of a shimmy and a shake. Flores returns. Enriquez pirouettes toward Richards. Takahashi looking to create. Did swing the cross through. Diaz got the touch. Diaz delivers a second time. Bokila down the middle of the field. Orozco helped to close that up. County Line Coalition looking on.
I think Oakland are just shading this so far.
Well, that's one way to stop Bokila. Bracket him and then close the door. All the while, Tarek Morad.
That's good stuff from Damas right there, holding up the ball. Now your whole team can come forward. Look at him. Look at that energy. Look where he is now. I know he didn't get onto it, but he has some energy.
Injured player down is Alston, and that's got to be a bit of a concern at this point, coming off a hamstring injury. He was rested midweek, and the athletic trainer is going to come out. And you don't want to speculate what the injury is at this stage, but through that lens, it certainly has to be a concern.
That is a concern, especially it's off. I think it was off the ball, so that worries you. Could be a muscle.
Alston, tremendous player at Indiana. You think about 2013, he was the MLS Comeback Player of the Year. He was out 5 months, treatment for leukemia. And after another stint in MLS following that, came into Orange County, and by October of 2018, some articles were already out calling him the best fullback in USL Championship.
2018.
And here he is 2-3 years later, and it's still the case, it feels like.
I'm here trying to figure out when I was in USL Championship, because I was a fullback as well. So, you know, if we're talking about the best fullback, nah, I definitely wasn't the best fullback when I was here. I definitely weren't the best. Oh, he's up.
He is. Well, Alston here is moving around, which is a positive. He will need to come off. There is no yellow card worthy challenge there, so he'll have to be welcomed back onto the field. So watch number 2 there on the left side of your screen.
Oh, I see it. It's not a muscle. I'm glad it's not a muscle. Because if it's a muscle, his night's over. More of a, what we call a kick.
And coming out of that, he immediately raised his right hand in the air and looked over to the bench. So Alston is looking to get back in, which I think everyone in Orange County can be grateful for.
Yeah, he's an important man for them. I mean, when you're watching the game, sometimes you don't feel how important certain players are to certain teams, just holding things together. Sometimes just a glue, just someone that, you know, can get information from the manager and give that to the team on the field. Those are things that you'll never see, though. Well, your team appreciates those guys.
Alston streaks back into position. Romero. Foul short of the halfway line. Free kick won by Flanagan. That's the position that's dealt with some injuries, but not long-term injuries for Orange County. It's all been up front. Losing Adam John as early as they did. Kasipli is such a Swiss Army knife for this side. Now in Orange County. Thomas Enevoldsen picking up an injury that could see him out another month or so. Darwin Jones still dealing with an injury, and they're just trying to make sure they bring him back with the right plan to keep him healthy.
When you're saying some of those names there, you know, those are all prominent names for this team. Guys like Enevoldsen, you know, he's got quality. He can be the, you know, I'm talking about little magic that can turn a game from 0-0 to 1-0 just like that. So Adam Jean, first game of the season, huge blow. It's tough. Next man up, though.
And you'd say Braden Cloutier deserves a lot of credit for jerry-rigging this thing in a way that gives them a shot night in and night out, because it hasn't been exactly the way they want to play. Flores shown a yellow card here. That's the first card issued in this game. And it appears it was given to Soya Takahashi instead here. It was Flores who was arguing the point. Easy Fleet GPS yellow card. Attempt to dip this in behind. Clementa. Takahashi going into the book. 25-year-old player from Japan. First American club.
So, Mike, that yellow card, you know, that could be important because he's got Flanagan playing against him who likes to take guys on. It would, if I'm on the field, I would be saying, if I'm Flanagan, I would be saying, keep getting me the ball. He's on the yellow card. Just get it to me every time. I'm going to keep trying to take him on. And, you know, Takahashi, you know, he can't just dangle his leg out. So it could be a game plan.
Kuningas going into Mfeka. Easy Fleet GPS yellow card to Miko Kuningas as well. That is his 4th yellow card in 6 games.
That tells you how he plays.
Kuningas is working on one of the earliest yellow card accumulation suspensions in league history over here.
I think him and I believe Daniel Edelman has the most yellow cards
at Red Bull.
At Red Bull. You know, the babyface assassin, Daniel Edelman. He's a tough tackler in there. You look at him and you won't think so, but.
And there's nothing baby-faced about Kuningas.
Nothing, he's an imposing, he's a presence in there. You know, but they both get the job done.
23 years old, however, but by Braden Cloutier's estimation, mature like a 35-year-old man with similar passion.
Yeah, I'm like the other way around. 30-something, but like 20-something when I'm out there. Yeah. Wherever that is, in the booth. I could be playing pickup soon.
This will get all the way across the box and find Ward. Ward, as Romero chasing. This will drop down here for Oakland and saved off the line by Breen.
It was nearly a Santa Claus moment the other way.
Sure was. And it might not be over yet. Takahashi had that slid away. Flanagan deep in his own half, away from Enriquez. The attack continues here. And here comes Enriquez once more. And now Oakland has gotten it away. Orange County has walked this out toward midfield. Well, another look at what could have been an Orange County Santa Claus moment.
It's a decent ball by Ward, but right here, the ball's not dealt with. And it's cleared off the line. What a great decision to get on the line. Is it Breen?
It is.
It's Breen on the line. It's unlucky.
Chuy Enriquez denied his 2nd goal of the season. And you think about Reece Breen, 21-year-old Scottish player, who's already played in the Scottish League One and Championship. Mental acuity to get back. All the while, Alston for Orange County. Closing in on halftime. Hard-fought game, an error or two along the way. Romero's a long way from home. He's giving this away. Ooh. And with Diaz pursuing, this will come out to midfield. That could have been a very different outcome.
That was some very committed defending right there. That was take no prisoners vibes right there.
Well, you get that one wrong, and it can be a real problem.
I would imagine that a shot was coming on goal if he got to that.
We just saw a half-field goal from Connor McGlynn last week at Hartford. That was certainly not half-field, but a similar sort of feel with the goalkeeper scampering back.
Yeah, 7-0 win that game. I called that game. Well, that was a bit of a crazy one.
Hartford's coach, Harry Watling, today called it ruthless in the attacking half, and that after the first 30 minutes, he told media after the game it felt like we were going to get a goal.
After the first 30 minutes?
He felt the first 30 minutes weren't that impressive.
I mean, the first 15 minutes, Red Bull hit the bar twice in that game, which was interesting, and then they go to lose 7-0. You know, it could be very different. Goals change games.
Taken away here, Flanagan. Damas making the forward-thinking run. Flanagan pumps the brakes and swings this across. Damas rolls toward the line and saved away from the line. Tremendous. It looked like Morad who got in there and swung it off the line.
It's Flanagan and Damas linking up. One thing we talked about before the game.
Iloski powers this off of Morad. This one will go over the line, but out for a corner.
This is where we want to see Flanagan attacking up in this final third. He comes back to the left foot, puts a great ball into Damas. He wants to control it and then have a shot, maybe go for the shot the first time, and he scores that.
It was Morad, who was a champion in Louisville, 28-year-old from Los Angeles. That might be up for save of the week. Meanwhile, corner is knotted away, and will skip over Flores. Throw here, and maybe Richards can get over in the 45th minute and throw. Another look. Ooh.
Had to be there to clear it.
Good on Barraza to get something on that. Slow it down. Give Oakland a chance. The run here eking through. Eloski. How did this swing back?
Goal.
And now he's
This
found
would be-
Weehan! Kicked in by Donis. Orange County has grabbed the lead in the 45th minute.
Wow. What a great passing move that was. Started from when Flanagan had the ball. Look how happy he is there, smiling. He runs around, he doesn't stop. You know, he just had a chance. Here goes Eloski. Plays a great little ball to Weehan. What a great passing move. What a great team goal. It started with Flanagan's little bit of skill as well. Damas, you know, we said before the game, didn't we, Mike? He's always going to be alive. He's always going to be in and around that goal. He deserves that. He deserves that just from running around and being alive.
And that's his third goal of the season for Ronaldo Damas. Goal brought to you by Hoag Orthopedic Institute. 2 additional minutes, first half stoppage time, and Damas is chasing for more. Look, one day Damas will be as old as we are, and maybe he can't run like this, but for now it is such an asset. It seems like he never runs out of gas.
Never runs out. It's amazing, like how that can turn into goals. You just keep going. You keep going and you keep going, and he's just there alive to put that in. And he just had a chance a couple minutes before that. What a great passing team move. You know, Braden Cloutier is going to be very happy with that goal right before halftime. There's going to be no screaming at halftime this game.
Came off of Alston.
We were excited about Flanagan and Damas, you know, and Weehan up top, and Eloski behind. That started with Flanagan. Who did it go to? Eloski. 1-2 with someone, back to Eloski, over to Weehan across the Damas. What a great goal. I can't wait to see that again as well.
Well done, Breen. Reese Breen. Living out every center back's dream.
He's in nosebleed territory up there.
Richards gave it away.
It's a poor giveaway. That's going to lead to this counter.
This may be the last opportunity of the half here for Oakland. Diaz peers over his shoulder. He probably doesn't have time to go backward. Mfeka rolls down.
I love how Orange County got back behind the ball here.
Swung across, skied in the air. Romero allows that out. And there's the halftime whistle. Orange County scores in the 45th minute. Tic-tac-toe. As Damas scores in the 45th minute at the end of a nice passing exhibition in the final third. At halftime here, Orange County comes away with the lead. Oakland put in some real work here. We'll take a look back at the first half. Rumor has it Devin will dish. And we'll take a look at news and notes and some scores from around the league. Keto Candy Girl halftime is on the other side of this break. Damas, 3rd in 6 games. Off and running in the championship. OCSC lead by 1.
Live soccer is back. Watch Orange County Soccer Club, OC's highest level of professional soccer, live on your view. Watch Orange County SC take on the Tacoma Defiance Tuesday, July 6th and 7th. Watch world-class players and future stars. Transform your summer with a new family game night and outdoor fun all season long. Live soccer is back. Orange County versus the Tacoma Defiance, Tuesday, July 6th at 7 on your view.
Welcome back to Orange County. For the W, the USL recently announced the formation of the USLW League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer, both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the Championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets, W League is set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the USA. Head over to USLWleague.com to learn more. Keto Candy Girl halftime. It was Damas in the 45th that gives Orange County a 1-0 lead over Oakland. We have plenty more to cover here, but to cover everything around the league, we go to the dish with Devin Kerr.
Week 8 of the dish is upon us. You know what that means? Craziness, insanity, confusion, and this is what happens when you give the ball to Zico Lewis. Apologies necessary. Downright rude on the back post. Charleston Battery failing to get the victory. No, that's not the case. That's Burke failing on the back post. 73rd minute assist from Zico Lewis. Charleston Battery get their first win of the season. Only team in the modern era of the USL Championship to hit the playoffs every single year. A little bit early for that. Let's fast forward and talk to the end of this season, but right now we're going to go to Atlanta United 2, Sporting Kansas City 2. 2v2. This is 1v1. This is Enoch Mushagalusa. Another apology, please. Top corner. This kid's something special. And what you are going to see, by the way, is 4 goals in the span of 13 minutes, but we're going to go back and forth because I got this bad guy in town, and that is Whoa. Bradley Canham Faywell, also shortening his name like Prince. He just goes by Bradley Canham. Doesn't matter. Back in the net. We're at 1-1. But as I mentioned, Mushagalusa is a bad boy. Western Conference wonder Amadou Dia, signed by Sporting Kansas City, gets an opportunity to play for the 2 team. That's what he's all about. Peter Vermeer wants his team to help out. Amadou Dia, good ball into the backside. Mushagalusa goes to work again. So now it's 2v1. These teams have been pretty impressive recently. So what are we going to do? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Foomf. Back of the net. Well, Foomf will be 5. This is 4. Coleman Gannon pushed them into the second spot in the Central. Atlanta United 2 doing wondrous things. Sporting Kansas City 2 results in 4 out of the last 5. 3 draws. That equals 1 win. Math doesn't add up for me. We all know I can't add. And this is one of the teams that I want you to keep your eye on because nobody talks about El Paso Locomotive, nor do they do it on a regular basis. Expansion year, sophomore slump, no. They go back-to-back Western Conference, finalists, don't get the championship, but an opportunity once again to go East versus West, and the West is just the way it's won right now. 9-hole, right? Little kiss off the corner. Got to call your shot, don't you? Maka King, little touch to Luna. The West, past week, 3 wins against the Eastern Conference. Highlights, stats, no dessert. After dinner, drinks for sure. We'll see you around the corner. Week 8 of the dish. Peace.
Yellow's there again. Second header.
Here's a chance for Cicerone. Russell Cicerone, the leading goal scorer.
The Olympic Games, where the world's best athletes will compete on the most prestigious stage. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Guide to the Games every Tuesday on Your View. The series examines the qualification process, the history of the games, and the teams and athletes that are expected to shine, plus information about the rules, events, and competitors. Don't miss Guide to the Games, Tuesdays on Your View.
It's time to get outside and experience the new family game night with Orange County Soccer Club right around the corner at the Great Park in Irvine. World-class pro soccer is back as we battle against the USL's best, like Landon Donovan, San Diego Loyal, Phoenix Rising, and the LA Galaxy. Make memories all season long with our Dollar Beer and Cheap Eats series, firework nights, beer fests, and more. Parking is always free, but the memories are priceless. Get tickets now at orangecountysoccer.com/tickets.
The Olympic Games, where the eyes of the world will turn to Tokyo for the greatest show on earth. Catch all the action leading up to the Olympic Games on Countdown to Tokyo every Tuesday on Your View. You'll get the latest news on preparations for the Games, details about the sports involved, and in-depth insights into teams, athletes, and the host city. Don't miss Countdown to Tokyo, Tuesdays on Your View.
Welcome back, everybody. Keto Candy Girl halftime in Orange County. 1-0 OCSC over Oakland. Mike Watts and Lloyd Sam back with you. Let's take a look at news and notes from around the USL Championship and beyond. The W League, a pre-professional pathway for the women's game, set to launch May 2022, and already they've announced the 8 teams affiliated with the USL already that are going to be taking part. Santi Moar has now scored in 7 games running going back to last year. Player of the month. Second time he's ever won that. They're playing right now against Tacoma on ESPN+. Pittsburgh and Indy will meet in a Midwestern battle June the 15th on ESPN Deportes. Here's the scoreboard around the league. We did not get to see Charleston play tonight, so that's a bit of a disappointment. But you'd have to say Louisville-Memphis all turned on 1 red card.
Yeah, that turned the game, really, that red card. I managed to catch a little bit of that. But, you know, Danny Cruz won't mind that. Back to winning ways, 3-0 on the scoreboard. He'll be happy with that.
Birmingham 2-1 over OKC. Meanwhile, further out west, New Mexico and Austin scoreless. El Paso is up on Brendan Burke's Switchbacks FC. Here's the upcoming schedule around the USL Championship. It's brought to you by Destination Irvine, the center of Orange County, California. Any of those really speak to you, Lloyd?
I mean, Hartford, you want to see how they do after winning 7-0 last week. If they get a win tomorrow, they could be the real deal. Louisville, it looks like they're at home again. Have they had a lot of home games this season or what? So that's an interesting game, Louisville, Birmingham. Two solid teams. So
certainly so. Wednesday night, Tulsa, Kansas City is going to be intriguing. And then that Indy-Pittsburgh game you'll see live on Tuesday on ESPN Deportes. A lot of highlights in that first half. We're going to show them all to you when we return. Orange County 1, Oakland 0 in SoCal.
Live soccer is back. Watch Orange County Soccer Club, OC's highest level of professional soccer, live on Your View. Watch Orange County SC take on the Tacoma Defiance, Tuesday, July 6th at 7. Watch world-class players and future stars. Transform your summer with the new family game night and outdoor fun all season long. Live soccer is back. Orange County versus the Tacoma Defiance, Tuesday, July 6th at 7 on Your View.
Welcome back to Orange County. Gorgeous night at this gorgeous venue. 1-0 OCSC over Oakland. Let's get you caught up on the first half with highlights. It's going to be the Romero show early on. We begin with Mfeka from distance.
I believe Oakland was, as I said, shading it early on. There's Mfeka with a short little deflection, routine save. But you'll see a lot of highlights from Oakland early on. Orange County didn't really get going straight away. Great pace to get there from Enriquez. Good save with his feet. Want to see him take this with his right foot, but it looked like he couldn't really with the defenders running back on him. Another Oakland highlight here, Goalkeeper, strong shot. He hits this very well, very true, probably a bit too well, right down the middle of the goal.
So Romero makes another save there, but he wouldn't be the only one making saves. After this was poorly hit by Richards. Enriquez saved off the line by Breen.
You know, watching this again, Oakland are going to feel hard done by to be down 1-0. It was all Oakland, really. And then you get this little moment. Flanagan, look at the feet. Elowski, little 1-2, out to Weehan. This is a great move. And then Damas, you know that he's going to be alive in the box. Just enjoy this replay here. That little 1-2 in tight spaces. Look at the amount of black shirts there are. What a great goal.
And is Damas onside? The world may never know. But yes, he was onside. Here are the halftime stats. To your point, you wouldn't blame anyone for saying Oakland should at least be level in this match, and yet Orange County was opportunistic when they needed to be.
Yeah, if you just watch that highlights, you'd probably be thinking, where was Orange County earlier in the game as an attacking threat? But they've got the goal, and goals change games, you know? Like, you need guys that can put the ball in the back of the net, and that's the difference.
As we inch toward the second half in Orange County. And if you're Oakland, let's be honest here as we enter this second half. This is a team that felt like they went away to Sacramento, really difficult place to play, tough to play against them with fans. They felt like they grew from that. They talked about being a younger team, potentially even younger as they made subs later into that game, and that they'd need to learn some lessons from that. But all in all, they feel like they've been in all 3 games that they've played so far. There's no reason for them to think they can't make something happen in this second half and get level and maybe more.
They should definitely have belief that they can come back into this game. As you said, they've done it the last couple games, being behind, they've come back. Sacramento, they were ahead, but you know, the Galaxy 2 game, they came back a couple times in that game, so they'll definitely know that they can get back into this.
Oakland will make a change. Soya Takahashi will come off here at halftime. Had only played 118 minutes through 3 games, his second start of the season. And Ariel Mumba will come on in his stead. So we'll see what this looks like in terms of shape in this second half, because as Braden Cloutier diagnosed it, felt like maybe 4 different shapes through 3 games, which if you talk to Jordan Farrell, it's not really about the shape for him to begin with. It's about principles and space, regardless.
That's right. I think that's a smart sub, you know. I talked about, you know, Takahashi having a yellow card.
I mean, Clementa, I mean, if you're going to earn one, that's the way to do it.
Damas out there causing havoc again. Oh, he's gone down to 1 knee. I hope he's all right. Oh, he's took his boot off. I think he's all right, though.
Flanagan with a veteran savvy telling him to get back on the field.
Yeah, I saw that as well. You don't want them to start the game and then you're down to 10. It's just, you might as well. You know, Damas probably a nice guy. You see him go off the field and go down to 1 knee.
So Damas will trot back into position. Richards stands behind the ball. Clementa picks up an Easy Fleet GPS yellow card about a minute out of halftime. So he is now the only Oakland player on a card right now. Kuningas is on a yellow for Orange County. Damas, Clementa shadowing. And look, what that first half showed me was precisely what Jordan Farrell had told us. It is not a mistake that we kept creating opportunities. It's not by chance. They didn't score a ton in preseason. As you see, Mumba there coming on at halftime, a Metaquip substitution replacing Takahashi. But they didn't score a ton in preseason, but they had 6 goals in 3 games, which gave some optimism that, okay, not only are we putting ourselves in good positions, but we're also now scoring. We'll see if it carries.
That's definitely encouraging, looking at those last few results, seeing what they're obviously doing something right, you know, creating chances, getting in on goal. And the Mumba that's just come on, I believe he scored a screamer in one of those games as well. I was surprised to not see him starting after the goal he scored.
He did. 19-year-old kid who was born in the Democratic Republic of the Congo and moved to San Jose as a kid. You'll notice that marketing came on at halftime. That's going to mean that Orozco will likely shift back with Reese Breen coming off and play alongside Rob Kiernan at center back. Breen seemed, as he got forward in the final 5 minutes of the first half, to come up a little bit lame getting back into position. One wonders if that played a role.
I've got to imagine. I mean, he's been solid for them since he's come from Rangers. So I've got to imagine that's an injury. But you never know. Never know. Good to see Markkanen back on the field as well. He's in good goal-scoring form. So he'll want to get some service, though. He's a guy that's a big guy in there, big body. Got to get him service, or it defeats the purpose of having a 6'6" man up top.
Notably, it appears Ward is going to start on the left. He was on this side of the field in the first half, so with Mumba coming on, he'll be on the right. Ward stays on the left. Corner Bakery, corner kick. Ball knotted down, off the post. Did Romero keep it off the line? He did. He hoovered it in right in front of the goal line. Look at that smile.
He's smiling like I'm smiling. I just saw that, and I'm just like, wait, what just happened there? You know, when it comes back into your hands off the post, you got to feel good about that. What happened there?
Bokila and Mfeka both were after that.
Yeah, that could have easily squeezed in.
Could you argue that that ball being pulled away from the line by the foot of Richards could be described as making that an illegal touch from the goalkeeper?
Is that what happened? I thought he hit the post and came back.
He did, but I'm asking, it felt like Richards dragged that with his foot off the line, which creates a different set of problems. Does that lead to
I'll have to see that again. I didn't even notice that, actually.
It's not really a back pass. It is technically a forward pass, but you are theoretically rolling it right into the hands of your goalkeeper.
I just love the way Romero was smiling after he picked up the ball. It's great to be able to smile after something like that. Would have been crying if it went in.
Romero's first start for Orange County, 23 years old. Braden Cloutier reminded us he was a killer against us last year with LA Galaxy. Player that Braden Cloutier knew of while he was in the academy at LA Galaxy coaching, but not a player that he directly worked with. So when Romero was available over the offseason, felt like an obvious addition to the roster from a local kid. Damas helped to hold that up.
Look at Damas running.
Struck forward toward Markkanen. Flanagan. Flanagan looking for space. Whoa. Heavy challenge coming in, but apparently a clean one at that, but there is a foul. Well, the offside flag had gone up as well, so there's all kinds of things to consider here. Let's go back to the save here and watch Richards pull this from the line.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That's a back pass. You're right. That's why you're called the USL legend, Mike Watts. You see everything. That's a back pass right there.
In my mind only. Flanagan off, and McCabe will come on. Sub brought to you by MetaQuip.
Flanagan coming off earlier than I would have imagined there. 51 minutes.
Had only played 74 minutes so far this season since coming in on loan from Cincinnati.
I tell you what, us footballers, we don't like coming off before the 60th minute. It's never a good sign, but I'm sure this is a tactical change. But we definitely don't like coming off at 50-something. 45 is even worse. I've been in a game where there was a triple substitution at halftime.
Which is becoming more common now with the 5 subs, but back then that was a problem.
Do you know what happens when there's a triple substitution? All 3 of you are sitting in the changing room, throwing your boots and pads down. All as mad as each other. You know, you get in the shower, you stumble out late. The second half has started, you sit down and you're just not in the best of moods. Misery loves company.
That's a trio. Weehan behind the ball in the 53rd. You do now have the big body, 6'6", of Markkanen forward.
Not only is he a big body, but he puts himself about as well. I've seen some big bodies that, you know, they don't even realize he knows his strengths. He knows he puts himself about. He's physical. Talk about feeling it. I felt it watching him a few times. What a great
ball ahead, Weehan. There is a save there from Barraza. Puts it out for a corner. Weehan has made a couple of those runs that are just really intriguing in theory.
What a great move there. You know, they had a great move for the goal. Eloski, he can play this game. What a great pass that was.
And with Weehan, it felt like he abruptly changed his speed in a way that allowed him to...
It was a very intelligent run, and you know, the timing of the pass was perfect as well.
Weehan, corner, a lot of contact. A lot of contact.
A lot of contact in there.
That's 3 roots in the ground.
Orange County are very aggressive from corners. I've seen them play a few times, and you know, when they have Breen and Kiernan and Mark and, you know, a Ross goes in there as well, they're a danger from those moments.
Barraza a bit slow to get back to it. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL striving to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. You can learn more at uslsoccer.com/forever-proud. Enriquez did a lot of damage, but without anything on the scoreline in the first half. Flores. Enriquez returns. Flores. Morad.
That's a good ball.
Terrific down the line. Deflecting Romero.
No, Oakland need to keep pushing. Need to, you know, they've got back in games a lot, so you expect them to have the belief, but can you execute as well? But Orange County, they seem to get back in shape very quickly and get behind the ball and make it hard for them.
And given the way Oakland can play the game, where they make things fraught, a little bit of havoc, this slid out. I think back to what we had heard from Orange County's coaching staff over the last few weeks, the idea that maybe we've missed the killer instinct where we maybe draw level and then our energy drops off when you would think a lot of teams would go, okay, let's go for the kill shot. It hasn't always been that way. Orange County scored right before the half. What have you seen in these 11 minutes that would either vindicate that or make an effort to say, we're not going to let Oakland change the tempo of this game?
Well, it's hard. You're playing against 11 men that are 1-0 down as well. So coming into the second half, really you expect Oakland to be pushing to get back into the game. But what you say about Orange County in their last game against San Diego, they scored the equalizer, and then that's when the lull was for the next 15, 20 minutes where they were on top of the game. I wanted to see them push. So this one is a little bit different where they're 1-0 up now. But you would still want to see them push. But as I said, when you're playing against a team that's trying to get back into the game, it can be difficult as well.
Dominguez plays Romero. The same sort of theory held against LA Galaxy 2 as well. Home game prior. And that was one of the thrillers of the season for the neutrals. Thomas plays this back, and this will spit down the line. Weehan with pace. Weehan continues and curls high and wide.
Okay, so Mike, remember when I said I want to feel it? Remember that. Look at the way Weehan, you know what I'm saying, was taking on his man there. Look at how he's running. Look at the body language. He looks like he's really trying to make a difference. Gets a bit lucky there, but he deserves that luck. And then gets his shot off. That's me feeling it, feeling a guy wanting to make a difference on the game. You saw the intent with how he was running. That's how wingers. I didn't even know Weehan had that. Like, I know he's a technician, but it's good to see him have that in his game as well.
There's something to be said for the ability to simply run downhill in a 1v1, right?
It's scary when someone's running at you like that, with that sort of intent. I'll rather be the guy running than being run at. That's for sure.
Lloyd, would you rather be the hammer or the nail? It was rolled over by Mumba, who won it in midfield. Mumba collects successfully here.
You've got to be impressed with Orange County's attacking options, though. They've got Weehan, Aloski, Damas, Flanagan. There's a lot of trickery, pace, technical ability in there. There's a lot going on in those four. I know Flanagan's come off, but I'm impressed with the attack.
Romero. Kuningas shielding off Flores, who spent a couple of years playing for Bethlehem Steel and Union 2.
Ooh,
Enriquez. Mfeka. Bokila. Away by Alston.
Orange County, they get back very quickly. You know, there was a little nutmeg that opened up a little space for someone. Kuningas is not having that.
Kuningas intent on not wearing that hat.
So wait, some people call that sombrero.
Indeed. Yeah.
So in England, we don't call that a sombrero. There isn't a specific name.
No?
No, there's not a specific. I'm there thinking. There's not a specific name for it. But I think I was with maybe Josh Easton the other day, and he said sombrero. I was like, sombrero?
We're teaching you the American lingo.
Hey, soccerisms. You know, it's give and take. It's give and take. I got to take a little bit of the American culture as well with it. Just like you guys have taken it on board, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Here we are at the pitch in Orange County. It's 1-0 to OC
at the pitch.
As we hit the hour mark. Boot-to-boot passing right now along the touchline.
Cleat to cleat. You know, you're the USL legend. You know, you really took it on board. How are you liking that nickname, though?
In my mind only.
Am I the only one that calls you that?
For now.
Hey, this is gonna spread like a wildfire. That. I hope so. Anyway, I think you like it though.
How could you not?
You know, you getting respect. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you getting respect there.
Look at this, Enriquez. Romero sends this right down Main Street. Mfeka kept it. Bokila pushed away by Kiernan. Second time Romero's been uber aggressive off the line.
Doesn't Mfeka I'm wondering if Mfeka can stay up there.
And that's going to be the final conclusion Mfeka is going to have in this. Max Ornstill is going to come on.
Yeah, he probably didn't really impose himself on the game like he would probably want to. The ball just came to him there. I'm not sure what happened. He went to ground, it seemed like. Can he stay up and maybe get a shot off with the keeper out of goal?
Sub brought to you by MetaQuip. Ward. Damas. That was a heavy fall.
He got the ball, but there was a lot of intent in there. You've seen some referees blow for that as well, so.
Flores looking for an option. That's been a ball that's been on for both sides, that overlap curling around.
I will say Kevin Austin had that covered, though. It looked like he was done for a second, but that recovery, he's such a smart player. You know, we talked about him being back in the side. We thought he was going to come off first half, and that would have been a huge blow.
Ball whipped across, kept away from Bokila. Alston went down. What appeared to be a bit of a non-contact or maybe a bit of a pull into the grass kind of injury. Ultimately able to continue on. He's been dealing with a hamstring pull from the beginning stage of the season. Did not play midweek. Did, however, feature last weekend. So this is second start.
I told you when I was a winger and he was a fullback, we used to have those battles. I think I told you a few games ago, and they would put him in when I was playing just to slow me down. And it did slow me down, you know. He was a better defender than who they had out there before. So me and him have been in the trenches together against each other as well. So, you know, I definitely respect his game.
Richards.
I'm looking at the sky behind the goal. Wow.
That's Orange County in a nutshell. New OCSC merchandise has been released and is available in stadium and online at OCSCshop.com. Be sure to update your wardrobe for the 2021 season with all new jerseys, t-shirts, hats, scarves, and sweatshirts. Check out all the new arrivals at OCSCshop.com today. These are a pair of kits I don't mind having in my closet, I'll tell you that.
Which kits you say? Which
Both. This is a win-win.
I love the Oakland Roots logo as well. I played against Oakland Roots actually in NISA.
Wow. Bringing it back.
I played a lot of leagues, man. MLS, USL champ, NISA, MPSL.
In England, you played in?
Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two.
Okay.
I've been around. I've seen the good and the bad.
Trying to figure out where MPSL fits. Are they
I've tried to figure
third
that
division,
out.
fourth? Well,
I've been trying to figure that out for a while.
There's a pyramid here, and I'm not entirely sure how it goes, but you're close to hitting all four rungs in England and the U.S.
No, I believe I'm hitting all four rungs in both places. I'd rather just be in the top ones, but I think experience-wise, you know, if you play in League Two in England, then you understand a different side of the game. And if you play MPSL in the US, wow, there were some interesting things I saw, like announcers on the field, basically on the side of the field with a microphone as the game's going on.
Were they nice to you?
You could just hear it off to the side. I'm not used to hearing that while playing. You know, it was like a high school field with all the different color lines and all that. We don't like different color lines when we come over from England.
No, that's a shock.
You know, you got the American football lines, 10, 20, 30.
Rolled ahead here, Enriquez dipping and diving and getting the shot away. Rang off of Weehan. Look at that stiff arm.
Look at the amount of orange shirts are there, though. This is going to be tough to break them down the second half.
Mumba.
There's probably about 9 or 10 shirts behind the ball here.
I mean, really marketing somewhat on an island and being asked to be that hold-up player, isn't he?
They really want to defend this 1-0 lead.
Kept here by Oakland. This is a good spell of possession. Flores. Mumba. Flores once more. Downshifted for Enriquez, and he wanted that ball played through. May get his wish.
See, when it comes down to a block sitting like how Orange County, that's where magic is needed, specifically. Someone's going to have to do something different. Like Enriquez right here. Can you beat your man and get something in? He's attracted too. Can you get...
Bounced off of Richards and kept it in. Now he swings the cross. Maintained here by the Roots. If you're Orange County, this must be infuriating, no?
I mean, they're sitting in that block. It's going to be hard to break down by the looks of things. I wonder if they're trying to get a second goal or just hold on. It looks like they just want to hold on. It seems a bit early, but for the Roots, can you break them down? Great little play in the midfield there.
Fasore float toward Romero. It's time to get outside and experience the new family game night right around the corner at the Great Park in Irvine. Make memories all season long as we roll out firework nights, beer fest, family game nights, and our dollar beer and cheap eat series. Parking always free, and so are the memories. OrangeCountySoccer.com/tickets.
I remember that, Reed.
Of course. It's a couple of games on the road for Orange County coming up. They'll go away to Las Vegas and then head up to Los Angeles to play Galaxy 2 next week.
Yeah, I think it stays quite divisional for a little while. You know, we like to get cross-divisional matches.
And cross-conference, too.
It's fun.
It's my idea of a good time.
It's a lot of fun.
Ball rolled through. There's a tug there. Referee's going to look at this and allow it to continue. Do you think there's enough there on Bokila going down?
I don't think he was going to get there in the end. So I think that decision is fine, in my opinion.
Dangerous moment. It is a 3-match road swing that'll start for Orange County. That game away to Steve Cherundolo's Las Vegas Lights, who they're catching at a bad time. Vegas is starting to wake from their slumber, an LAFC affiliate now with a bunch of players with LAFC experience or contracts. Next home game for Orange County isn't until July the 6th against Tacoma, which you'll see on ESPN Plus in your view, California.
Oh my goodness, the sunset again. Wow. Let's look at it up there.
Hard not to be romantic about football. Ahead here for Markkanen. Markkanen. That'll run over Damas. Ward is outraced for the ball. Kuningas.
That was some determination from Kuningas to get onto that.
And Oakland's got a bunch of home games in a row coming up. It'll be against Sacramento and then against Austin on back-to-back weekends. They'll go on the road again for San Diego and Sacramento, but for every road game, you're eventually going to get a home game. So you start with 6 of your first 8 on the road. It means at some point you're bound to see those swing the other direction. 6 of 8 at home at some point.
4 in a row.
This turned over to Olaski. Sets up Markkanen. Pushes off of Morad. And a good recovery.
4 in a row away from home is not ideal to start the season. A win, draw, and a loss, which they have so far. You don't know the outcome of this one. You got to give them credit. You're going on the road into someone's house every time trying to take points. It's not an easy thing to do back to back to back. It takes high mentality over and over again. These are young guys. You got to give Oakland Roots credit, the management, all of them. You know, you never know if they're going to get something from this game, but they go back home next week. I'm sure they're so excited to wake up and, you know, get food from your own home, wake up in your own bed, and play a game in your own city. It's definitely something for them to look forward to.
To reiterate, the vast majority of players for Oakland have never played at home in front of Oakland fans. It's the nature of NISA last year, the nature of beginning on a 4-game road swing. The idea that they wouldn't play a home game in that stretch of time, somewhat unfathomable, and yet here we are. Mumba, Enriquez, there's Romero.
Personally, I'm not a fan of the lopsided schedules like that. You could really get behind by having 4 away games in a row.
I reminded Jordan Farrell that compared to what Hartford dealt with their expansion season, 8 road games in a row, all against teams that made the playoffs, and they lost all 8. That's a different way to start your universe.
You know, and then you have to play. They lost all 8, so they had 0 after 8, and all the rest of the teams in the league, you know, they've got solid points on the board. It's hard to play. Now you're playing with some real pressure. You know, anxiety is a real thing
Yes.
when you have no points. You go into games and you concede the first goal, and suddenly you're like, oh, here we go again. This is what it creates. So Oakland have done well in these first 3 games.
I'm inclined to agree. And you think about expansion clubs over the past 2 years, 4 have made the postseason, 5 have not. Hartford went 10 without a win. You could say San Diego starting 3-1-2, them reaching the doldrums mid-season is what did them in, combined with the fact that the 2019 playoff format would have seen them in the postseason. The 2020 format in groups as opposed to conferences did not. But Austin, Birmingham, El Paso, and New Mexico all made the postseason. Austin, should this scoreline hold, would have an identical record after 4 games to what Oakland would. Birmingham started 3-10-4 and still made the playoffs. It was New Mexico that started off 6-1-7 with just the 1 loss in their opening 14 games.
3-10-4.
3 wins, 10 losses, 4
and
draws.
they made the playoffs.
Last one in.
With 10 losses, that's a surprising stat. I was like 3-10-4.
They had a 4-game win streak late in that season
and they crept in.
Crept right into the playoff picture. They got in on the last day, I believe, against Hartford back in 2019. Now, of course, that was the Hartford that started 0-9-1.
0-9-1. That's true. That's true. I think I was in MPSL those times.
Therein lies the rub, Lloyd, if I'm remembering correctly, and certainly I'll be corrected if I'm not.
And the way all the divisions are, every group is the group of death, as we've talked about a few times.
Ward, brilliant idea! And this rolls just wide. That was simply magnificent from Ward. And that touch narrowly misses.
You know, Ward gets it here. He sees the run. This execution of this pass can't be any better than that. And then Flores just hits it wide. It's a great chance. You know, the defense has been quite stout this whole second half. Any chance like that is one you really want to be taking. It's not an easy chance, though. It would have been a great finish to score, but, you know, you have to take those chances.
Flores pirouettes off Kiernan. Edge of the penalty area. There's the service cleared away by Richards.
What a great area to cross the ball to, right in the center of goals. Center of goals, that's what one of my managers used to call it.
Pushed up by Ornstall.
Oakland the pushing now.
There's the cross, Enriquez. This will get across the face of goal. Ward fires to the back post.
Got to see more Oakland players in that center of goal area. Not enough. Yeah, you're pushing for a goal. You have to get in the box.
Morad strode forward. Ward
has played very well down this left side, defensively and attacking. I'm impressed with him.
Slide in there harshly. That'll slip away. High Green getting involved on the far side coming into the game. Dayton LLC is the exclusive naming rights partner of the Dayton Deck, a private premium hospitality area featuring 20-person club cabanas for your closest family and friends at Championship Soccer Stadium. Dayton Deck availability is limited, so be sure to visit orangecountysoccer.com/Dayton Deck to book your experience today. Damas went down, and that'll open the door here for Oakland. Right now, if you're on the Dayton Deck, you're looking right into the thrust of the action.
And Oakland are coming again, pushing for a goal. Counter-attacking opportunity here, possibly.
Orlowski will be looking out to Richards. This will come off the foot of Morad, and I'm not sure he knew much about it, but was in the right position to read that run by Damas.
I didn't think Damas, you know, I don't think he needed to run that time. Maybe a little run, then stop, get it to feet. It's a tough ball from Richards while you're on the run to play it in behind there. But you don't want to tell Damas to stop running, though. You don't want to do that.
More at directing. Orange still. Head to Mumba. Throw coming. "12 minutes in stoppage time to go. Orange County would love to get back to their winning ways. 10 points would put them back above the red line, and it's maybe still too early to really discuss that. If you're Oakland, if you can get a point or more here on the road, it'd be a good ending to a 4-game road swing where many people were just hoping that they'd be able to get on the board. New league, so many games on the road, the challenges that come with that. They've already grabbed 4 points. If they get a 5th or manage a way to get to 7, they'll be right in the thick of things with game in hand on everybody. But that'll be the case regardless of result tonight. Markkanen swung and missed at that.
The points are so important. We've talked about group of death. You know, when it comes to the end of the season and you look back at results, all these little points and hard fought, you know, let's say Oakland gets a point here. It's going to be a huge swing because it's a divisional game. It's all 6-pointers. So huge 3 points if Orange County can hold on. And likewise, it will be huge if Oakland can get a goal.
I can tell you with complete assuredness, there are other teams in California right now polling for a 1-1 draw. Every point that hit the cutting room floor.
All of them.
Driven ahead, Romero's got it. Looks like Romero came down on that awkwardly. Flores will go check on him. Romero spent about 3 years in the Pachuca system in Mexico, and then went into Galaxy 2 for a couple of years. Guy who's been in the American and Mexican youth national team setups, including a couple of youth World Cups for Mexico. See how he falls on this.
There's a little elbow in the stomach, I think. I think he's all right, though. So this is going to be a big 10 minutes for Oakland especially. And it's a big 10 minutes for both of them. The points at this point, it's early in the season, but they mean so much. I see Orange County bunkering in, and I see Oakland pushing. They had that great Flores chance. They need to fashion a couple more chances like that. I'm concerned, though, they're not getting enough guys in the box when they do get into wide areas. A cross comes in, and I see maybe one guy in there, second one ambling in. You have to understand, once it gets wide, guys have to get in the box. You want to see 3 in there, if possible. Maybe even more. You're pushing. You have to push at this point.
9 minutes in stoppage time to go. Plenty of time, but no time to waste. We'll pour out to Green. This will find Ward. Brought it down ably. Enriquez fires away. And Romero, another save.
I like that effort. He didn't have a lot of space to work with, but he maneuvered out a shot. You know, he forced the save. Probably wasn't dangerous enough for Romero. These areas here where you can get turned.
Flores for Ward.
Flores. Good work from the number 10.
Olaski's been all over the place, hasn't he?
He's played great today.
curled into the 18. Kuningas trying to clear. And the pressure may well continue. That's a really intelligent ball to allow Weehan to dribble this out. Weehan. They can go for the dagger. Damas. Damas slices that back.
Unlucky. Still full of running, Damas. He made one run for Weehan, then he made another one, and then he peeled out, and then he got the ball.
Fasore gets it wide. Orange County has kept their shape and their compactness throughout. Orozco, U.S. International, sends that careening out into the stands.
He looked focused there. I know that was just him kicking the ball, but I see a little shove as well. When I said I want to feel it, you know, I felt that. I felt that that's a guy that wants to leave with a clean sheet.
Clementa, Enriquez. Enriquez maintaining, pulls this down. Enriquez swings this. Boot popped up, and this will get out. A throw. Green.
Need bodies in the box now if this ball comes in.
Green sweeps further. Damas with the pressure. To your point about Orozco with that sort of extended arm, there's something to be said for body language in these moments. And leaders oftentimes are the ones who have to carry that energy, but sometimes it's just the way your head's held higher and your physicality shows more.
Exactly. It's funny you say that because, I mean, I mentor a few young players. Some of them haven't even got to college level. They're young guys, and I tell them exactly what we've been talking about. Let me see it. Let me feel it through the screen. I want to watch the game, and I want to say, wow, he looked like he's really trying to, you know, just from body language, the way his approach, mentality, all those sort of things.
We're on for Diaz, sub brought to you by MetaQuip. I have to say, I really enjoyed watching Memo Diaz play today.
I have to agree. Need some urgency now from Oakland. Time's running out. But it's just so funny, those little things, little bits of body language you see. If I'm a player playing against them, I notice that as well, and I think, wow, this is going to be a long last little 5 minutes trying to get this goal. It's not going to be easy.
Orange still got it wide. We see Ward move back to the right. He's got the cross through, and there's Romero. And to your point, 4 black shirts in the penalty area.
That's what I want to see from Oakland late in the box. They had the bodies in there, but that one just a bit too close to the keeper. But that's going to get you back in the game. You get balls in the box, and you have 4 bodies in there.
Well, we'll see what happened here. There's Pierre Markkinen pushing and shoving. That's going to be the end of the night for Chris Weehan.
That's another one. He can hold his head high. Chris Weehan, he's had a good game. No, he always brings great delivery. Took on a couple players. I see why he's involved in a lot of goals for this team. Look where Orlowski is. Wow, he's deep. These are great areas. That's a great area to cross the ball. No one was probably expecting it in there. Great ball, though.
Alston battling. Flag goes up.
Body language again. Alston, that's another guy. You know, you see that, you're not getting anything easy. And sometimes people might, you know, you see older players in the league and people might say, you know, it's a young man's game. Why experience? Experienced guys, they make the job easier for the guy next to them. That's probably one of the easiest ways to look at it. The communication, letting you know there's a guy. That's a good bit of skill in the midfield there.
And the battle continues, and a free kick for Orange County over Mumba's continued disagreement.
It's an important foul there.
Huge.
Orange County get to bring all their guys forward. Oakland have to sit back. The momentum comes out of, you know, how they've been pushing.
And you can start to sense the energy bubbling up right now. Chance to grab a pretty important win, not only in the division, catching Oakland early in the season. 3 points that Orange County wanted on a number of accounts.
Important 3 points.
Bouncing forward. Olaski brought this down. Olaski seeking Damas. Damas. Richards crosses.
That's a chance for marking in there. Look at him laying down. He knows that's a chance. Not sure what happened there. Oh, you know what? I think he was just put off by the body in front of him, but that is a real chance.
Closing in on stoppage time here in Orange County. 3 additional minutes. The tempo increasing right now from an Oakland side intent on getting something out of tonight. Flores ahead. Enriquez drops back. The shot is blocked. And now driven away with Weir closing in.
That's the chance they're waiting for. It looked like someone was coming onto that. He was probably better suited to shoot that ball.
Enriquez dribbling, serving away over Flores. Damas leaping in. And now Damas can carry out. And will Orange County go for the jugular here? Markkanen trying to lead the line, and Damas slows it down. Imperative he doesn't give the ball away cheaply.
Oh, he wins a foul as well. What a play by Damas. How can he still have energy at this point? He's run his socks off today. He picks the ball up at the edge of the box. He runs up there, holds on to it, gets a foul. Precious time comes off the clock. Wow.
Credit to the kid. It's been a long night for him. Max Horn still an Easy Fleet GPS yellow card.
I feel like if there was an extra time, he could run another 30 minutes after.
And look, that's exactly what they talked about with Damas when he came in from North Texas. Play will come back here. We're theoretically into the last minute, but with the recent stoppages, maybe we'll get past the...
Look how much time has come off the clock since what Damas did. You know, we're into the... It's a matter of seconds now.
Pushing across half. Enriquez rolls this outside. Weir, header is wide. And maybe that's the last great chance here. Mumba getting forward. for Oakland.
Yeah, that might be the last great chance. Great area. There's been some good crosses in the second half, and they've got more bodies in the box. Look how many bodies are in the box there. 5 bodies. That's a team that's trying to get back in the game. Looks like they've just run out of time on this one.
Kaningas to the feet of Markkanen. It's all down to the referee now. Look at Damas. Damas sends it wide. This will be a corner, and Orange County, it appears, just has to see this out, and it does look like Damas is finally out of energy.
He probably knows what time it is in the game. He knows, you know, what sport is it when you say you've iced the game? I told you a little give and take. What sport's that from? He's iced that game right there. And
he's got the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah, that's game. Look at him, hands on knees in the box. You deserve that little rest.
And there's the full-time whistle. Orange County picks up a win. Damas collapses under the weight of 93 minutes of pure energy personified. 1-0 Orange County. Damas the game winner. And our man of the match brought to you by the Dog Park Brewing Company.
His man just picked him up off the floor. He should have let him rest now. He's done enough of his running. He deserves that man of the match. The only goal in the game. Oh, he's been lively. He's caused problems all game. Wow, what a game he's had. Hats off to him.
A look into the stands as the County Line Coalition has something to be proud of here. And this was a gutty, gritty win for Braden Cloutier's men against an Oakland side that I think is going to turn heads when they start scoring. 1-0 Orange County over Oakland. Lloyd, now wrap this one up when we return to Irvine.
Hey, great friends, it's Scott Kaplan here, and I want you to come check out our new TV show. It's called Kaplan and Crew Tonight, every Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock right here. Now, look, it's the best of the radio show from earlier that day on the Mightier 1090, and we've been doing it for 20 years, so now we're expanding the way we talk about sports and the way we can be heard and viewed.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight. Be a part of the crew. Weeknights from 7 to 8 p.m. on Your View.
It's time to get outside and experience the new family game night with Orange County Soccer Club right around the corner at the Great Park in Irvine. World-class pro soccer is back as we battle against the USL's best, like Landon Donovan, San Diego Loyal, Phoenix Rising, and the LA Galaxy. Make memories all season long with our Dollar Beer and Cheap Eats series, firework nights, beer fests, and more. Parking is always free, but the memories are priceless. Get tickets now at orangecountysoccer.com/tickets.
Mission accomplished tonight for Orange County against Oakland. 1-0 for the home side in this battle of Californian teams. One of the older sides in the league, one the newest. Here's a look at the save of the game. It's presented by Shorco. You probably had 3 or 4 options here.
Yeah, that's Enriquez getting in on goal. It's a good save with his feet. Wanted Enriquez to rather shoot with his right foot, but you know, it's the save that counts here.
Romero came up with a handful of great saves. Let's walk you through the full-time highlights as Orange County playing Oakland for the first time competitively. Ball away from Richards. That's Breen getting it off the line. He came off at halftime.
Surprised he came off at halftime. I imagine it's an injury. He made the right decision there to get on the line. Look at this great goal here. 1-2, Oloski, back to Oloski, wee hands on the left. You know, all the names I'm calling, Damas finishes, all those guys had a big impact on the game. Flanagan came off early, but he had his impact as well. Look at Damas just waiting in the middle, and that's the difference in the game, that goal right there. Interesting to see the line.
45th minute right before halftime. Skip ahead to the second half, and boy, Romero is. What's that to you?
It's the clearest back pass ever. I don't know why I didn't see that. That's the clearest back pass I've seen. Seeing it again. This is a great chance as well. Look at that run from Flores. I like the run as well. Well seen by Akeem Ward. Akeem Ward played well today. Great little ball with the outside of the right foot.
Not sure you can hit it much cleaner than that, and Flores narrowly off. Here are the full-time stats, Lloyd, and a chance for your final thoughts on this fixture.
61 possession from Oakland Roots, 14 shots, 7. I mean, they were pushing. That just shows a team that was pushing. Honestly, early on, Oakland Roots were on top. But after Orange County got the goal, they just seemed like they had the experience at the back to see it through and get the clean sheet. Guys like Orozco, you know, you got Austin back there. You know, that's experience. You need that to see out a game.
So Oakland will begin a homestand at Laney. How they have waited to say that. Sacramento and then Austin. For Orange County, they're on the road for the next 3. They return home the first week of July. For Lloyd, Sam, and our entire Vista WorldLink crew, led by Dustin Curl, Mike Watts, saying so long from Orange County, where Ronaldo Damas lives up to his name. The man scores, and his energy, it's infectious. While Oakland drops the end of their 4-game road swing. So long from Southern California.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.